Another fabulous song that I wrote, and this is about that cottage industry moonshining that got a lot of mountain families through the Depression. I always say you should write about what you know.
It's just a little more bluegrassy, except for, yeah.
This is fun, actually. This one. Long Way Down to Harlan is the name of the song. There's a long way down to Harley, long and a lonely road. Ain't nobody living down there to help you carry that load down that lonesome road. Now you can make moonshine in Harley, and you cannot sell in town. Run your V8 Ford at night, boy, keep your headlight down. And he's a long way down to Harley, long and a lonely road. Ain't nobody living down there to help you carry that load down that lonesome road. Moonshine in Harley, and you burn dry pine and oak, but it don't use no green or rotten wood. They'll get you by the smoke. And it's a long way down to Harley, long and a lonely road. Ain't nobody living down there to help you carry that load down that lonesome road. A shiner's grave and makes him break the law. And he's a long way down to Harley, long and a lonely road. Ain't nobody living down there to help you carry that load down that lonesome road. And it's a long way down to Harley, long and a lonely road. Ain't nobody living down there to help you carry that load down that lonesome road.
Nice. Love it. You know, while you were singing that, it occurred to me that the folk and folk blues were just so much part of protest music during the folk blues revival, and certainly in Appalachia, talking about bootlegging and White Lightning. You know, that was their right to make a living. They had nothing but to make White Lightning to make a living.
That's right.
That really was a protest.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, you got to live somehow.
Yeah, man. And it happens that I haven't done radio with my friend Melanie, who is an expert and a professor in social justice. Come on, Melanie, come help. Because then she knows music. Because I think she can speak more intelligently to things. Why don't you scooch on up here? I'll share. And
Just would, my only comment would be that you know, if you think about where the blues came from, there's really kind of two lines
Yeah.
of thinking. There were two lines of
Where
oppression.
blues came from?
Yes, we're
Yeah.
blues and bluegrass. I mean, there's
Yeah,
similar
right,
lines
yeah.
of oppression going on there and similar reactions, just different peoples
Yeah.
perhaps. But they still find themselves in the same circumstances.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned with, you know, the criminal justice system and the economic system, they're being treated similarly as well, even in today's day and age. So I'd love to take one of your earlier songs about Wall Street and play that in one of my classes,
Yeah, well, I'm sure we can arrange that.
as well as that song. So that would be
I
that
thought
would
it
be
was
excellent.
wonderful.
Use it as a teaching vehicle. For my
Oh,
students.
sure.
Songs are.
Yeah.
Easily done.
Now, but you guys obviously are old enough to have been around the guys who were active during the folk blues revival here in the Cambridge area, and you may have been youngins at that point in time, but still knew some of these guys and played with them.
We played this real interesting event 2 weeks ago, the annual Phil Oakes Memorial Concert.
And what was that all about? I'm not familiar.
Well, Phil Oakes was the protest songwriter of the 60s. He died right in the middle. He actually committed suicide right at the peak of
In
his success.
1977.
But he was,
76.
the guy. I mean, he was kind of a commercial star, which was like weird for him, because he was completely, left-wing protest singer. But his music, at the beginning of the 60s, got overly popular, and he was like kind of tortured by the fact of becoming a pop star,
Right,
and,
right.
and a political radical at the same time. But he was such a, I didn't realize at the time what a great songwriter he was. When we went there and played all these Phil Oakes songs, I realized, oh my
Yes,
God.
it was a benefit concert for WAMC-FM in Albany.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this station. Anyway, it's not a
Yeah,
big
you
deal.
should know
Yeah.
Phil Oakes, though.
But they have a beautiful renovated bank building. It's just a big bank building, and they sold it to WAMC, the city of Albany, for $1.
Wow.
And it seats 250 maybe. And Howie and I got asked to do this. It was 2 or 3 weeks ago, a benefit for WAMC, but it was Phil Oakes' song night. Sonny Oakes was there, and her daughter Robin. Also Magpie. Now they're known in the folk world. I can't imagine you would know them. But Greg Artsner and Terry Leonino as Magpie, they are very good, and they play all over the U.S. and Canada and other parts of the world, and they've been on stages with Pete Seeger and blah, blah, blah. They're about our age.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, Happy Traum was there
That was
also.
fun for me. He was
Happy
my
Traum.
counselor when I was 14, my first guitar teacher, and then he...
I did get to visit with Jack Elliott last year for a good long while. In fact, it was at a benefit for Newport Folk and Jazz. Pete was there, as well as Ramblin' Jack, and Bill Cosby was the MC. And boy, Ramblin' Jack and Cos were like thick as thieves. Apparently, they had done a ton of shows back in the day with, I guess there was comedy and folk music, and Cos was teasing Ramblin' Jack
right.
that every once in a while they had to bring me up on stage so I could wake up the audience while the Jack and the two of them went back and forth and
Yeah, I remember
gave
when I
each
was a
other
kid,
shit.
like,
It was
in
funny.
the village, they used to have the bitter end, used to have folk and comedy. Like I remember, I saw
Did
the
they
two
do
guys,
that a
I saw
lot?
Woody Allen and Peter, Paul, and Mary together.
Wow.
Before either of the acts were well known, but they did a bunch of stuff together. And I remember.
Quite a rapport between the two. But the other thing that struck me was Deb and I attended the Boston Strong concert, and I thought that Carole King and James Taylor was the highlight for me. And my time enjoying James Taylor has come and gone really, but to hear him live, and Carole King in particular, and thinking back, when she was predominantly a songwriter in a man's world doing that. And the success that she was able to achieve in that boys club, and at that point in time, and the stuff she was writing, and the authority that she still sings with, with such finesse and grace, just was so striking. I was just thrilled to be there and witness it. It was amazing. I'm sure you've seen those guys perform at some point.
I have not. They don't
No.
let me out much, no.
No, you're always working, I know.
Yeah, I wish. I wish that they had broadcast that live, that concert.
They webcasted it live, but they had
Did they?
difficulty with it. Yeah.
Okay.
They had technical problems.
Also, Carole King and James Taylor, they had those really good LA session players.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we talking about here? Russ Kunkel, talking about. I should know these names, but I really don't. That produced all their records, that played on those records for them. It was a whole different sound.
Yeah. And I love Kate Taylor now. I mean, Kate has emerged as a pretty meaningful artist and, you know, carries on what the family does there. Livingston, on the other hand, is a big doo-doo head. I told him once, I'll see you over in the Soviet Union. He didn't think it was funny.
Must be hard being to work in a shadow of an older brother who is so, you know, phenomenally famous.
Yeah, yeah. And your last hit was in 1976.
Yeah,
Sorry, Liv.
It's tough out there. I know that Liv is high strung.
Yeah,
It's
he
got to
is.
be, you know, it's got to be very tough. One of the session players from those, you know, Carole King and James Taylor records goes out on the road now with the Rolling Stones. And what is his name? It's going to come to me as soon as I get in the car and drive away here. But he's a guitar player. It's not going to come to me. That's, you know. It
On
was
the
in-
other hand,
it was
who
in-
cares? Play your
It's
guitar.
just interesting to me because they're really. Yeah, we should probably make more music.
Yeah, make some noise. Why not?
Let's play the other kind of not.
We were
Straight
going to.
blues.
We were thinking about Raleigh and Spencer.
Yeah, let's that.
Want to try that? This may be the oldest song we know.
Wow.
It's possible that it goes back as far as Sherman's March to the Sea in the American Civil War.
It's called Fire on the Mountain. And the great. No.
Raleigh and Spencer.
But it's also possible it was written by some bluegrass guy in the 70s. The Johnson Mountain Boys recorded it. And
I don't think it's a written song from the 70s. I think it's an old. Anyway, Raleigh and Spencer. And I learned this from Laurie Lewis, the bluegrass singer and fiddle player and songwriter. And we know it as a traditional song, an old-time traditional song.
But we've changed it a lot.
Yeah, I put it's a whole different key. Oh, did I tell you I have different chords for it too?
Oh, one of these train wrecks.
Raleigh and Spencer are burning down. Oh, there ain't no liquor in town. Oh, there ain't no liquor in town. What you gonna do to wet those lips when this whole darn world's gone dry? When this whole darn world's gone dry. You know I've been all around this whole wide world. I've been down to Memphis, Tennessee. Girl, I've been down to Memphis, Tennessee. I played cards with the king and the queen. Shot them dice with old Jesse James. I shot them dice with old Jesse James. chicken than any one gal can fry. I can tell more low-down lies. Lord, I can tell more low-down lies. I can tell more lies than the stars in the sky. I'll never get to heaven when I die. Lord, I'll never get to heaven when I die. My shoes for a bottle of booze. I'd drink it, then I'd lay down and die. Lord, I'd drink it, then I'd lay down and die. You can stomp down the flowers that grow around my grave. They'll rise and bloom again. Yes, they'll rise and bloom again. Riley and Spencer are burning down. Oh, there ain't no liquor in town. Oh, there ain't no liquor in town. Oh, there ain't no liquor in town.
Wow, that was amazing.
Isn't that a cool old song?
That was, I think, my favorite today.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
my favorite.
We save it for
It's
late in
good.
the set, usually.
It's good.
It's a great old tune.
That was I'm floored by that one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Raleigh and Spencer.
really loved it, and I don't care when it was written. Damn it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Well, the original version is a lot more oriented. Yeah, it really went.
Yeah, that's right.
But the blues guy just can't go that fast, so you had to change the arrangement.
That's what it is. I just can't play that many notes, you know. So I really kind of messed it around. That's true. It really has 3 chords, and I just made it with 2. But you won't hold it against me, right?
No, I'm not going to hold anything against you. Mrs. Carty's here, and she might kick both our asses.
Just sounded fabulous.
But you know what we have to do before we're out of time is, it is Derek Trux's 34th birthday. I remember meeting him when he was 15. If you, Ms. Producer, could find Midnight in Harlem by the Tedeschi Trucks Band, and I think I have an ID from Derek Trucks, and you listen to those 2 things, give these guys a break to get some wada if they need some, and we listen to some Derek Trucks for his 34th birthday. That would be great.
Good.
So we'll do that. We'll be back here at Blues and Beyond with another 10 minutes or so after we listen to Derek Trucks celebrating his 34th birthday.
Regular blues. We don't do that many regular blues.
Shake it, don't break it. All right, tonight at Johnny D's we have the Love Dogs.
Don't you wanna go?
Tomorrow, Sunday, June 9th, Roberto Morbioli at the Grog. And Geoff Bartley, special guest at Smokin' Joe's.
I want to go.
Tuesday, June 11th, Cambridge Strong at Johnny D's with Jimmy Ryan, Dwight and Nicole, Tim Gearin, Kristen McNeil, and I hear there's some serious special guests. JohnnyD's.com on Tuesday the 11th. Please go to that. Cambridge Strong. Thursday, June 13th, Bruce Bears at the Bailey, Marcia Ball at Tupelo Hall in Londonderry, Travis Colby Trio at Johnny D's. Friday, June 14th, we have Commander Cody at Chan's in Woonsocket, James Montgomery with Barron Whitfield at Tupelo Hall, Aaron Harp and the Delta Swingers at the Bull Run, and Willie Nelson down at the Newport waterfront. Friday, June 21st, for the first time in many years at the Bull Run, Chris Duarte out of Austin, Texas. Sugar Ray and the Blue Tones are at Chan's the same night. And that weekend, Saturday, June 22nd and 23rd, Paulie's New Orleans Jazz and Blues Festival in Worcester. It's a 2-day festival with folks like Anders Osborne et al. And we'll hear some Anders Osborne shortly. Irma Thomas also on that festival on Sunday. Stick around. Blues and Beyond.
Back to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago. Tune test for phone calls. Taxi with it, baby, to your business in effect, some crime, babe. Baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago.
That's great.
Trick you one time, but you gon' try it again. I'm crying, babe. Baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago. We got time for another verse? Well, I'm gone to California, gonna let it damn on our way. Somebody will tell me that you need my help someday. I'm crying, babe. Baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago.
That was a nice place to end it.
Beautiful. I can't thank you guys enough for coming by today. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This was really a special day for me. Just the talent in the room, it's overwhelming, really.
Well, if you hung out with us more, you wouldn't think that.
We got a bigger room.
No,
Thank you,
man.
Jim.
Thank you. That
No.
was fun.
And thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Yes. To all the little people out there. No. So I think we're going to listen to a little Anders Osborne, who's playing at the Polly's New Orleans Jazz and Blues Festival this coming weekend. And folks, go out, hear some live music, support your touring artists. And we'll be back here next Saturday at Blues and Beyond on unregularradio.com.
I think I'm heading down to Acapulco.